All right, who's on a roller coaster in their life? A vibrational roller coaster. Talking about shifting your dominant frequency. So, today we're talking about what a dominant frequency is, what your authentic frequency is, and four really kind of weird ways to get your dominant frequency more aligned with your authentic frequency so that it's not so much of a roller coaster ride. It's just kind of little like this. Stay tuned. Hey guys, this is Rebecca. Diving deep today so we can rise high. We've all been on the roller coaster of life. Is your roller coaster one with big hills and valleys, or is it one that's just kind of rolling along? You get to decide. And today I'm going to give you 4 ways that I use that really help me to get closer to my authentic vibration. So first, what I want to do is talk about what a dominant frequency is and what an authentic frequency is. So first off, authentic frequency is our nature, is the nature of our infinite beingness, is the vibration, it's the love vibe, it's the unity vibe, it's the oneness vibe. It's that God spark. However you want to see it, define it, be it, whatever, that has a frequency. And that's in us at all times. And I call that the authentic vibration or our authentic frequency. Now, what we're doing in life is to awaken and live from that authentic vibration. And that is a very euphoric and peaceful and content frequency. Yet when that's dominant, we still we're human. We're still living the little rolling valleys of frequency. However, how can we live from that authentic frequency more often? A dominant frequency is just what it sounds like. It's that frequency that is most occurring in your day. So take a look at that. Are you kind of ornery and complaining most of the day? That's kind of where your frequency's playing. Are you in like ecstasy and joy? That's most of the day. That's where your frequency is playing. If you feel disempowered and fearful, that's where your dominant frequency is. So take a look at where the dominant frequency is. It's really good to kind of peel away from ourselves and witness ourselves. We're going to watch ourselves for a little while and take a look at where you spend most of your time. What is that dominant frequency? And this is a really good to take a look at. So you have your dominant frequency and you have your authentic frequency. Now, on our computers, we have default mode, right? I like that word default, meaning that, if nothing else was affecting anything, it would be our default. So ultimately, it would be great if our authentic nature, our authentic frequency was our default. But as human nature goes, a lot of times that's just not the case. So what is that default? It has a lot to do with our dominant frequency. And we get to start to shift things so that changes. So that's what today's all about. I've got these 4 kind of strange, weird little things I'm going to teach you that I do all the time, moment to moment. I just was having a moment right before I got on this video, feeling something kind of heavier and dense, almost like a little depression. I was like, woo, what is that? I've been fine-tuning frequencies for a long time. So when it comes into my reality, I can feel it and then I play with it and I get back to my authentic or my dominant frequency. So where is that for you? So maybe you wake up in a good mood after a good night's sleep. Sleep's really helps us to kind of get back toward that authentic frequency. And then all of a sudden a few things happen and we go into that dominant frequency of, aggravation, just slight annoyance. Do you ride in slight annoyance? I'm from New Jersey and we all kind of grew up and just gotta being slightly annoyed by human nature, humanity. And so that was something for me to clean up. My dominant frequency was kind of just always a little annoyed at humanity, and sometimes I still go there. but but really, where are you today? You know, you get out of bed and then you went about your day, maybe saw a headline or something, you know, what did that do? And we can start to see our nature to kind of go into that dominant frequency, right? So we've raised our vibration with sleep. Then we go into interacting with the world and it comes down a little bit and we find where our dominant frequency is. Now, lately, my frequency is pretty high. And then that's why I can find the contrast to it. That's why this morning I was like, oh, what is that little thing? So I want to go into number one. Number one, this weird little way to shift your dominant frequency is to expand and clear. And that's what I did right before this video when I kind of felt something like a wonky vibration come in. I asked a question first. I said, wait, is this mine? Who does this belong to? A lot of times, people you're living around, a neighborhood you're living around, just the world in general, if you're watching the news, that all has a frequency, and it can kind of jump onto you, can glom onto you. Sometimes it can just be a law of attraction. Sometimes, yeah, I guess it has to be the law of attraction, but there's something there that jumps on. Okay. If you work around a lot of people, if you work around kids, if you work around teens, if you do client work, if you're an energy worker, you know, I've had a lot of clients this week. That could be another reason why I'm like, where is this kind of depression frequency coming from? So I asked some questions and then I just returned it to sender with consciousness. All right. And then I expanded my energy field out. These are two things that I do moment to moment every day. I just kind of tune into what it is. Is it mine? Return to sender. If it's not, expand my energy out. It works so good. Really does. So what's the second one? Number two is we want to start to align our thoughts. So I love beginning and ending my day and even doing it in the middle of my day too with proclaiming or affirming. I go into just this rant of what I want to be dominating my thoughts with. And when we are dominating our thoughts in a certain direction, our vibration matches that. So say if I go onto a rant of, my life is so beautiful. I love the scenery. I love the nature around my house. You proclaim and affirm and go on a rant with just programming your dominant frequency with the thoughts that you are thinking. And you set your day like this, the beginning of the day and the end of the day. Just things like, I love who I am. I have such a loving nature. I feel love and oneness flowing through my body and my being. I am a money magnet, and everything I do on the planet serves as a contribution to the planet as well as a financial support for me. I love shining bright and singing songs that matter. And I love sharing my light and my joy with my family and my friends, things like this. That is a rant. That is proclaiming and affirming high vibrational thoughts. And your vibration starts to match that. So that's number two. Affirm and proclaim and really focus your thoughts so that you are really changing where your brain is going, okay? And that is a little somatic marker. So you get to have the effect of that all day long. And you can do that in the beginning if you really want this to make a difference. You can do it in the morning, you can do it at lunch, and you can do it at night. And you are really creating a new programming for yourself, for your frequency. All right, this is one that's kind of weird. This next one is number 3 that I just love because I love doing voice work. I love singing. I love using my voice in lots of different ways. So a lot of times in the morning, I'll take a shower and I start singing into my authentic nature. And when I'm singing from that authentic nature, I can just let out these just these tones. Or if you want to use words and have that authentic nature come through the words, I just use high tones, and it's so beautiful. And sometimes a little song phrase will come through, and then I'm actually hooked into it all day long and I remember it. And so if, take my vibration takes a little dive with an interaction or something, I can just remember that song and come right back to this dominant frequency that I'm cultivating. So if you like using your voice, I really recommend tuning into your authentic nature, creating a little song for your day so you have it as kind of a little vibrational thread throughout your whole day. Number 4 is nature. Oh my gosh, nature vibes so high. I love sitting next to a tree. Lately, I've been going up to a tree and just putting my forehead on it or hugging it. Just earthing, putting your feet flat, like barefoot on the ground, and just walking and receiving that vibration. Sitting next to a running creek, like a really clean running creek or river. So that can be so powerful to just get your vibration raised up and mark it and say, this is what I want to be in for most of my day. So those are my 4 things, guys. Number 1, clear the energy and expand. Number 2, proclaim and affirm it. Get those thoughts focused first thing in the morning. Number 3 is sing it and be it. And so when you sing the vibration of your authentic nature and then you create that kind of thread throughout your day, you can be singing that all day long to get that into your dominant frequency. And then number 4 is nature. Get out into nature. I love nature. It has such an effect on us. If you ever read the book, The Celestine Prophecy, gosh, that's an old one. I read that back in my 20s, and they talk about the auric field of the trees. And whenever I get into nature, I swear I'm not one that has a keen eye like that, but when I get into nature, I can start to see the silhouette, energetic silhouette around them, and it just makes me so excited. So get into nature, guys. And so your thoughts and your emotions really can start to wobble your vibration. But if you're onto it, like if you take this on like a month project and you're really creating that witness side of yourself, you can start to notice the thoughts and the emotions that are giving you indicators that your vibration is plummeting. So a really great tool that I love is in the book Ask and It Is Given. And it's process number 22, and it's called the Emotional Guidance Scale. And this has high frequency emotions and then it has low vibing emotions. So we have ecstasy all the way down to disempowerment and fear. And it doesn't mean that you never visit the fear again, but you start to, the list is this big. And as unconscious people, we may kind of just dip down and then get stuck there. As awakening conscious people, we start to kind of go down and we learn how to go back up and we go down. And as really awake people, we start to realize, we can shorten that gap. We can stay in just this frequency, right? The hills and valleys get a lot shorter. And so we don't have to ride the whole scale every day or get even stuck down there. So I really recommend that one. Ask and It Is Given. It's by Esther Hicks, Abraham through Esther Hicks. And it's a great book. There's 22 processes of how to manage your vibration. And when we're talking about the dominant vibration, that means we're really cultivating and entraining ourselves to live most of our day from a higher frequency. And of course, we dip. Instead of, a lot of us are spending most of our day, down in these lower frequencies of, blame, aggravation, negativity, complaining. And then every once in a while we get a rise and a little bit of laughter or joy. And so what we're trying to do is shift our dominant frequency to a higher frequency That is positivity. That is unity. That is hope. That is joy. Okay. And that's closer to our authentic nature. And these 4 things have helped me tremendously to do that. So I hope they help you too. And it really does. Living consciously really is a moment to moment practice. It's not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. It really does take a little choice to really have it, to really be it, to really know it. It's not just a weekend warrior type of thing. Yet anything helps, right? All right, guys, let me know in the comments if you have anything that you use to shift your vibration that you really like. All learn from each other here. We're all remembering our greatness together. So be sure to subscribe, like, and ring the bell for this High Vibe Tribe. And thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. And have a beautiful day. Namaste.